Hey friends, if you're still pitching your product in cold emails, do this instead, and I guarantee you that you will see a higher reply rate going forward. So essentially, I want to introduce you to a concept otherwise known as poke the bear questions. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples, and then I'll explain why this works perfectly across all of the clients that I run right now at my company, which is called B2B Boosted. So essentially, for example, we have a recruitment client right now. Their initial template that they wanted to send out sounded really cringe. It was the typical recruitment template saying, hey, we can source top 2% of candidates. And I thought, well, every idiot can say that. Like, literally, there is no unique selling point behind that. So instead, we rephrased it to a poke the bear question. And here we said, hey, how confident are you that your current LinkedIn job board is attracting the top 2% of talent and not just the most available candidates who just simply scroll through LinkedIn jobs hoping for, a pay rise? Right? So first of all, what we see by asking this type of question is straight away it will polarize the prospect. If they think that this is a problem that they will currently face, for example, in this case, attracting the top 2% of talent, the chances are they will think, whoa, okay, this is maybe something that I need. And then they will read the rest of the email that you sent across, which perhaps then, in some way, shape, or form, can then pivot from this kind of question to briefly explaining the pain points that they're facing and then linking back to the solution. But by no means are you starting the email saying, hey, we source candidates for you, right? Same thing for fintechs. If you're selling a fintech product, a lot of the companies typically say the same boring stuff like competitive exchange rates, low transaction fees, transparent pricing, visible dashboards, all of that stuff. It's really not a unique selling point, but rather you can really scan for the symptoms and understand that the prospect needs your product just by saying, hey, how do you know you're not being overcharged for transaction fees and exchange rates? And if they feel like they're being overcharged for those, guess what? It opens up a conversation, right? Same thing for accounting firms and legal firms. If you're saying, hey, are you exploiting every legal loophole to minimize your taxes? And the idea is simple. By answering the question, the prospect will convince themselves that they may need your product if they need it. And if not, guess what? Like, they're probably never going to buy from you anyways. Now, you can also apply this at home. I personally tried it, and I actually noticed my girlfriend doing this on me last week, whereby instead of saying, hey, do the laundry, please, instead of that, she always just says, oh, hey, does the laundry need to be done? And all of a sudden, she sees me then go and load up load up the washing machine. So in that case, it just universally works really, really well, regardless of the scenario, whether it's cold emails or in real life. By asking this kind of rhetorical question, a lot of the time, they point themselves in the direction of the answer and they answer it themselves. Now, at this moment in time, you're probably thinking, oh, how can I come up with my own poke the bear question? How can I come up with a couple of questions that may work for my business? And the first step I recommend is for you to read this article, which is really, to be honest, it's a bit too much text, but shout out to Josh Brown, who actually came up with this concept of poke the bear questions. And all you need to do is copy and paste this fat prompt that took me quite a while to put together. And then you can basically input over here what your company does, and you can copy and paste your company description here. And in this case, I say, hey, I sell courses for fitness instructors. They typically have no camera skills or technical skills to make it happen, to create courses. And straight away, you would see 10 poke the bear questions that ChatGPT automatically generates for you. And in most cases, one or two of them would actually be pretty good. And if not, you can basically ask it to list 50 questions, and I guarantee you that out of 50 questions, one or two of them will be worthy of putting inside of your cold emails. And in this case, for fitness instructors, I didn't feed it enough information, but even question number 2 over here says, hey, what's your backup plan if technical issues interrupt your online class and clients are left waiting? And once again, if you're selling a technical solution, maybe this could be a pretty good question to ask when you're pitching fitness instructors. Now, of course, if you want to see a bigger guide on poke the bear questions, do drop me a message or do comment down below. And I'll also share this prompt with you in the comments or in the description down below. So check it out. And in the meantime, over and out. Hope you enjoyed the video. All the best in the meantime.